Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another one of those videos where we talk about stuff and things, a vlog of sorts. I have a few things I need to hit on, which is the reason why I decided to do the vlog. I've had a few people asking me about Empyrion, and I've recently found out that Empyrion is going through another update, and then it is going on a full release in August. Don't know how I feel about this. I'm not very happy about that. But they're taking it out of alpha phase. They are taking it out of early access. And basically, they've decided that all the game mechanics that are in there now are what's going to exist. And the new updates are going to be cosmetic updates and quality of life updates and things like that. So I'm kind of stuck at an impasse on my playthrough because it's taking me a long time to make headway in the game. As I don't have as much time to invest in the game, and there is a learning curve to it, I haven't been able to get very far in my playthrough. I don't know if my save is going to last through these two updates, and probably not through the final version, because usually whenever it comes out of an early access or something like that, there's a big update that goes along with that. So I think what I'm going to have to do is wait until August to pick this game back up. I don't know what day they're calling for, and I do apologize if the background's a little on the side. I'm playing some old videos in the background so you can kind of get an idea of which game I'm playing through, and from what I can tell, my video quality is really not what it's supposed to be. Which is actually another topic of conversation later on. But anyway, Empyrion will be back. I have actually started looking for a game to replace Empyrion until August. So if you are waiting for me to play Empyrion, I do apologize. The game will be coming back, especially since it's coming out of early alpha, means that the storyline should be there, right? From what I understand, the story should be there, and that's really what I wanted, was the story from Empyrion. The crafting, the building, and everything else like that is fun, and being able to fly spaceships, absolutely fun. But I wanted the story behind what was going on in Empyrion. And I have a feeling that they're not going to release the full story until the full game comes out, which is what most games do. So rather than take the chance of making it pretty far into the game, or far by my standards into the game, and then breaking my save to bring in the part of the story that I want, I am going to impatiently wait for the full version to come out in August, which I hope won't be too far into August. Hopefully they'll give us an exact date very soon. But if you have any ideas for a space-type game that I could play in the meantime, I looked at Space Engineers, and it seems very close to Empyrion without some of the perks of Empyrion. Some of the manufacturing links that they have, like you can store stuff. Well, basically, it doesn't seem as advanced as Empyrion, and some people who play that game might think that I'm being crazy right now because I haven't tried it. But I watched it, and it doesn't seem as... It seems more involved, but it doesn't seem as story-driven, in my opinion, and I really enjoy a story, so I'm looking for something else to fill that gap until it releases. So if you have any ideas, let me know. There was a game called Genesis Alpha 1. That was the one. It was recommended to me by somebody that wanted to see me try it out, and it does look like a great game. It gives me very Alien Isolation vibes. The issue is when I go down and look through the reviews, because I do this on all of the games, my money is very tight. So I want to see what the pros and cons are for a new game. And the issue is as far as I can tell, the developer has dropped the game. And while it's interesting in the first few hours, afterwards it's not as interesting because they haven't expanded the scenarios, they haven't given new locations, and it's a very... you, the player, have to be there for all of the stuff that's going on. Like, you have to be out there mining, you have to be on the ship, your main base, you have to be on the main base cleaning up, and you can't automate a lot of the things that you would figure in a game like this would become automatable the further along you go. So, while I'm interested, I'm very interested in this game, if there was an indication from the developer that they were continuing to work on the game, I would definitely pick that one up. But as they're not, I'm gonna forego this game right now and hope that they do something about it later on. There are a couple of other games. Subnautica is very interesting. It's not necessarily a space thing, but it is in space. And Shipbreaker is interesting, but it seems more like a... What would be a good reference? House Flipper. House Flipper is unusually very calming game to play. Despite me not liking to clean my house and organize things in my house because it inevitably becomes messy again, which is the problem with most people and house cleaning and stuff like that. Whenever you're doing something you know 5 minutes from now it's just going to be messed up again, it makes it very hard to actually motivate yourself to do it. In House Flipper, it was like, I can clean it, I can fix it up, and I can sell it for a profit, and it's not my problem anymore, and that was therapeutic for someone who spends a lot of time cleaning, or used to before she finally gave up and said, no, none anymore. We'll do it whenever I feel like it, because it's not going to stay there for more than 5 minutes. House Flipper was very therapeutic for situations like that. Shipbreaker seems like it would be on the same vein as that, being very therapeutic to go through, especially since they had an update where it takes the timer off so you're not in a rush to do things. I'm trying to think if there were any other ones that I was interested in trying out. Outer Worlds, for some reason or another, it's still not on Steam. I'm assuming that they're selling it through one of the Bethesda things or something like that, and I will not do that again. Bethesda has really, really ticked me off whenever it comes to their launcher. So I'm just not touching it. And then there's The Forest, that's not space related, but it is still on my wish list and has been on there for a long time. I've seen a playthrough of it. It was Gopher and... who was Gopher's friend? Oh my gosh, I watched hours of it, and right now I can't remember. I'm completely spacing on it. But in that space theme, and I kind of like the post-apocalyptic and the space for this channel, so I'm looking for something to fill that void. I don't know what it's going to be, but maybe at some point someone can give me a recommendation that will work out for that. I don't necessarily like seeing the big outside solar system and controlling a fleet of ships. I like the idea of making bases, making your own ship, or even a very alien isolation vibe. That one was an absolutely marvelous game, and it was very little crafting, it was mostly survival, and it was very tense. I loved that game. So if you happen to know of one that might fill that void until August, I am open to suggestions on this. I am very open to suggestions on this, and I kind of need to know sooner than later, which is the reason why I'm recording this video and putting it up today. So hopefully I can get some suggestions and it will be ready for next week. My schedule is kind of flip-flopping at work, so my scheduling for the videos is kind of getting a little bit off, and it's really, really annoying me. But I am working on it, I swear, guys. Empyrion will be back, but I'm going to wait for that final release. Because if it breaks my save after I work that whole time, but I have to move on to another game in order to get the juicy bits of story that I really want, I'm going to be highly upset, and I probably will drop the game altogether. So I am going to impatiently wait for the full release and not be salty about the fact that I feel like they're releasing the game too soon. Okay, on to the next thing. Alright, now the next thing to discuss is 7 Days to Die, of course. The channel, the game that seems to have brought a lot of people here is 7 Days to Die. And that's not going anywhere for a long time. I just want to discuss some of the things that were going on with the game. I mean, I'm kind of curious. Everybody hit me up in that comment section on what you think about the new alpha that is out and the changes that they seem to be making. It makes the beginning of the game a whole lot more challenging and a bit on the grindy side. I like the challenge. I don't like the grind of it. And what I mean by that is if you don't know what's going on with the update, say you opted out of experimental and you're still on Alpha 18, this is what I've got for you. Picture Alpha 18, but all of the benefits you had of a beginning game, and in case you're still running the same game from the beginning of Alpha 18 to now and you don't know, or you don't remember, they gave us a lot of things to help us out in early game in Alpha 18. They fixed it where your stamina wasn't intense, they lessened the amount of food that you ate at the very beginning and things like that. They took all of that away, and if I'm not mistaken, they probably made it a bit harder. You go through food very, very fast. The stamina wears down very, very fast. And stamina directly affects how much food you're burning. And they made food very, very scarce. The first week, I would say, it is very intense. Like, you have to find a source of food, and you have to stay on it the whole time. There's hunting, there's farming, there's doing missions, though the individual missions themselves don't actually give you the food usually, unless you're doing a digging thing, which all of those digging things, as far as I can tell right now, are food caches, which are pretty awesome. But basically, you're making the money so you can buy the food either from him or from the vending machine that's usually inside the traders. Or if you're lucky and you have found several of the vending machines around your map, which is what I'm currently looking for in my playthrough, is a whole lot more vending machines because it cannot keep up with how much my character is eating. I am worse than a 2-year-old with a tiny, tiny stomach, as far as that is concerned. So it makes that very, very hard. And I've had several people say, oh, well, hunt for your food. Well, you start out with primitive weapons, and until you get past a certain level, 10 or 15, somewhere around there, you can't really find better gear. You don't have the option to accidentally run by a regular bow or a compound bow. You're basically stuck in the Stone Age. So trying to kill a deer with a primitive weapon is very hard. And chasing after one even harder because you don't have a whole lot of, I guess you could say, stamina for carrying everything. So hunting is a bit hard. After, you put a couple of perks in, you get your stamina up, maybe even invest in the hunter perk, it's fine. After you invest in the ability to grow your own food, it's fine. It's just that first week, maybe 2 weeks, depending on how you spend your stuff, it's a little on the grindy side. I'll admit it, it's a bit on the grindy side. I like the struggle, though. So I'm not sure exactly how to balance that, because my initial problem is moving away from my source of food to go out and find more food, because I could get to the other side of the road and find out, oh, I'm out of food and I've already eaten everything that I was carrying, so now I have to go back. But I didn't stay out long enough to find more food. That's a problem. So you basically stuck doing dig quests and stuff like that to try and get at least a little bit of rations to last you through until you can get those perk points in where you need them, so you can hunt for your own food or grow your own food or a combination of both. And that's pretty much the way the first part of the game is going. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, I've had the reason I'm bringing this up is I've actually had a lot of comments in the comments section debating this beginning game grind. And as I said before in one of my videos, it kind of feels like they handicapped the character for the beginning part of the game to make up for the fact that they haven't put anything in for a later game. And I say that not actually knowing, because none of my characters have survived past updates to find out what's going on later games. Supposedly at some point, or in this alpha, I have no idea, because as far as I can tell, nobody's made it that far, there are new levels of challenges and stuff that you can get from the traders. They're supposed to be like a protect the supplies kind of situation. You have to deal with a couple of floods of zombies, which would be really fun if you could ever get to it. But before you can get there, you have to get the levels, you have to be able to make your own food, which means you also need to be able to trade stuff, so you're grinding for materials, you're running missions for the trader, and the constant struggle for food, basically. I mean, that's the three things: food, trader, food. That's really all you have time for. Whereas by this point in the game, people are already setting up a mine, because mines are very good for giving you experience and the materials you need for making a good base. But at the same time, the stages of zombies seem to have gone up. With this latest alpha, I swear the roaming hordes, especially at night, went really intense. On the server I'm playing through, I am on game stage 23, and just as a wandering zombie outside at night was a cop. And dire wolves, and all kinds of stuff. Basically, don't go out at night. Just don't. Sit at your base, turn off all your furnaces, turn off your campfire, and sit in the dark and pray they don't see you or hear you. Pray your character doesn't sneeze or have gas, because you will die. Lots. So that's pretty much the beginning part of the game, and oddly enough, to me, that's kind of satisfying. In a zombie apocalypse, when you're first starting out, say you woke up, I don't know, Walking Dead style, you woke up in a hospital and suddenly you're in the middle of the zombie apocalypse. Well, first off, chances are everybody else that's in the world have already raided a lot of what's on, in the POIs where you would be searching. And you're coming in back behind them, trying to find the scraps of whatever it is. That makes sense to me. Food should be hard to come by at this later stage in you going around to all these things. The apocalypse has been going on for a minute. So yeah, food would be scarce. I understand that. My issue is, and while I do like the looting table, I like the idea of getting excited about seeing a level 6 stone axe. Because before, there was really no point in having a level 6 stone axe. You never had one. As soon as you found your first pickaxe, you toss it. But now stamina is such a big thing early game that a stone axe uses so much less stamina and is easy to repair that you would probably hold on to that before you would change over to iron, for the most part. And, yeah, I kind of like that. But at the same time, it breaks immersion going into, say, a tool shop and finding stone tools inside their chests. Who, pre-apocalypse, was sending stone tools to each other? Why is it sitting in a shop? Nobody would buy that. It doesn't even make sense that it would be there. So, I don't know. I don't know how you would fix that, but that's my opinion on it. The struggle, I enjoy the struggle. The grind towards the end of the game, I really don't care for, but as I haven't actually made it to the end of the game and gotten some of those later quests to find out whether or not they've changed it all, whether or not that's already implemented, I'm going to kind of reserve judgment on that because I haven't seen it yet. And I've actually been watching other people play and they haven't quite made it to that phase as of yet. So I'm just going to keep our fingers crossed that that part works and isn't too grindy and too much of a weirdness going on. And before anybody gets in the comment section and talk about, well, you can turn the zombies off, well, you can do this. Yeah, you can. We know. You don't have to put it down there. We know. You can do that. But not everybody wants to play their game that way. They want to modify it to their way of playing. I have noticed in a lot of cases that if people work very sedentary jobs, not high stress, they tend to want a high stress game to play. And it's very obvious watching certain game players saying, you must sit at a desk all day. But there's also other people that whenever they get on a game, they're looking for relaxing time to play a game. They want a little bit of stress in there to keep them on their toes, but ultimately they want to feel like they're making progress. And steady progress, not having to grind for said progress. So there are different types of players out there who are looking for different things out of a video game. And this game, out of all of the ones that I can possibly think of that I have ever played in my long gaming career, this one has the opportunity to be that type of game. So I don't know how to fix this, other than maybe to say to the fun pimps that maybe we could offer more options inside the options menu for your world. There are the ability to turn off zombies. There are the ability to turn off hordes. Maybe make it to where they can toggle hordes. Like, not toggle hordes because anytime you go into the save, you can change it again. But maybe make it to where, like, look, you say 8 zombies. Maybe I don't want 8 zombies. Maybe I want 2 hordes, and then it'd be like 2 stacks of hordes back to back, but it gives them a chance to breathe. Or maybe for those people who like the high octane everything else, instead of making 64 zombies because that can lag out a computer, maybe make it to where even at a low phase, they're getting all ferals, all whatever, and it's just absolutely crazy for them. And in that way, they get what they want. The fun pimps were talking about the fact that there are going to be new armored zombies and higher level zombies with the new update, and hopefully that gives people the option for all of that adrenaline that they need, and offers other people the ability to say, you know what, I'm okay, I don't need all that. I want to build. And yeah, I want to build it in a zombie apocalypse, so occasionally I want a zombie to attack me, but at the same time, you know, maybe the zombies have moved from my area and they've gone off to a big city chasing a helicopter, who knows? So maybe customizing scenarios or something like that. Actually, that would be a great use of the Steam Workshop, is being able to customize scenarios. You know, I know a lot of games that set stuff like that up. I don't know whether or not that exists. Because you can individually change things, but maybe if people could set up a scenario and a world edit type of thing where there's more wandering hordes or something like that, just these customizable scenarios that people like playing. If there was a way to upload said scenario to the workshop and put it into your game, so it's like, okay, I want to try this, and you just throw it on and it's considered modded, and you play it, and who knows? Okay, I have rambled enough about 7 Days to Die because there's a lot going on with it that I want to talk about, but I usually talk about those during my videos. If you haven't caught any of those videos, I do highly recommend that series, as things just kind of get more and more interesting as I try to figure out how to get my graphics to work properly. Fun. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we're going to talk about Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft. Something that has not been on my channel in, I'd say, 3 years. I haven't played in ages. I am right now playing over on Twitch, and you can find me on twitch.com/multimeforlife and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, this series is only going to be going up on Twitch. I will probably have to eventually start looking into uploading the VODs to YouTube, because I don't want that the irritating thing of another person going up and uploading them and monetizing them instead of me, because if people want to watch it, they're going to watch it, and if they can't go to Twitch, then they're going to go somewhere else. My question is do I bring the VODs, the video on demand, the actual video, to this channel? I kind of feel like it changes the algorithm if I do. So I'm leaving this up to the viewers on whether or not you kind of feel like this fits in. It's a little on the childish side, but my goals are simple. First off, I need to have a good looking area, a good base. I need to have all of this stuff and things, which is what I do in every single survival game that I make. Or play, rather. But also, I'm after the challenges, and I know that there are quite a few challenges that are in Minecraft, some of them extremely hard to do. And as someone who hasn't played in years, several alphas back, it's going to be hard for me to figure out how to do all of this, how to get everything set up, how to even do crafting now, because when I played before, it was on the PlayStation, so the crafting menu was a bit different. And so yeah, that's a thing. I am playing with shaders. For those of you who are interested, I know some people do like shaders, some people don't like shaders. They're two different sides of it, but I kind of like the shaders. It makes it look a little bit more realistic, even though it's kind of still cartoony-ish. But it is a survival game. And I was thinking either I upload the full VOD here, or I upload some edited versions, give you the condensed versions, but if I do that, it means making a secondary channel to actually upload the full live stream, so that others cannot upload the live stream and monetize it out from underneath me. Not that they're going to make a whole lot of money off of it, but the possibility is there that it could actually happen. So, okay. Eric Johnson just subscribed in the middle of me doing a vlog. Awesome. I haven't done one of these in a while. I feel cool. Thank you, Eric Johnson. I do appreciate that. I had thought that maybe Minecraft might fit on the channel. It is a survival game. There are worries. There are a lot more changes to the game. There's more dangers to the game than there used to be. The traders are quite a bit different than they used to be. I don't know. So I would love to hear a vote. Yes, no, maybe do it this way. I would love some information on this. Also, if I was to actually bring it to the channel, there is also the possibility of doing a modded series. I don't really know that much about modding Minecraft, but I'm going to keep this regular playthrough going for the challenges to a Twitch thing, because I am happy to announce I am now an affiliate, I think that's how you say it, of Twitch. So I'm going to be setting all of that up so people can do the bits, they can do all of that stuff, and as far as I can tell, there's a lot of streaming things that you can do using Twitch that I know nothing about just yet. So I'm going to be looking into that. So that is definitely going to be a thing that is on the menu of things for me to learn, along with the joining of the YouTube channel, because now that's open, and you can join the channel as soon as I get all of that set up. So there's a lot of research stuff that needs to go into it, and my schedule is not helping with that. So what I'm going to say is I need to get all of it set up, and I'm going to continue to do Minecraft for a while because, well, it's something that I've been wanting to do anyway. I am very interested in seeing all of the changes that the game has to offer. And it's the OG survival building game as far as I am concerned. This is the one that probably had me the most creative at all times, because I built an entire world on my PlayStation, and I think that world actually killed my original PlayStation. I'm just saying that it was so huge, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Anyway, so check me out on Twitch. It is on Thursdays at 3 or 3:30. I say that giving it a little bit of variance just in case I have problems getting set up or I'm running late. The live streams for 7 Days to Die are on Wednesday at 3 or 3:30 for the same reasons. So catch me there. That one I will be streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. I'm not sure whether or not after you become a partner if you can actually do the multi-streaming thing, so if that's the case, I'll be live streaming it on both platforms, so I'll have to do 2 different streams, in which case that one will probably turn into a 1 week this one week that one, and I hate to do that, but that's the way I'm going to have to handle it if I become a partner. We're still a little ways away from partner, I just gotta feel it. Okay, now on to other things. Now this is like the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's also the thing that I'm most uncomfortable talking about because I don't like asking for anything from anybody ever. I get very, very uncomfortable, even if it's something I absolutely need. I don't like asking for it at all. Females, you understand what I mean whenever, you have to ask your friend for stuff and you're like, and I don't really like to ask that. And before anybody's like, why just females? Because it's a female issue. That's what I was referring to. It's just not sexist. It's just a female issue. I don't even like asking for stuff like that. I have been doing a lot of research. I have determined what is wrong with my computer, and basically it's the processor. I need to upgrade my processor, but there's so much more that is behind on my PC. The graphics card, while it was just updated, is probably not going to be okay for the next couple of years. There is a lot of stuff that needs to be worked on. I need cooling for my computer. I need a better processor. Updating the graphics card even further would probably be a good idea, especially if I hope to keep up with 7 Days to Die, and it's not even the only game I'm interested in playing that is going to be requiring a lot more work. So what I've done is I went and priced a computer with Zydax. And the reason I did it with Zydax is because anybody who watches my 7 Days to Die knows I'm a big fan of Neebs Gaming. And they have run off of Zydax computers for a long time, and I've never once in any of their vlogs, any of their powwow sessions, have I heard them complain about the quality of their Zydax computers or any issues that they were having. So I went to the site. It allows you to build your own computer, and I am not sponsored by Zydax, by the way. Zydax, get in touch with me if you'd like to sponsor me. But from what I can tell, there's a full-on warranty. They take in replacement parts. I mean, they take in old parts when you want to upgrade for a discount for the new stuff. So even if I was to find out something of mine that I got in my computer was outdated, and I was like, okay, well, I need to upgrade this specific thing, I could send it back to them. They would give me a discount on the new thing, and since it was with the same company and they would have specs of my original design, they would know what kind of part I needed, whether or not it was going to fit inside my tower, the whole 9 yards. All of the stuff I don't know how to do on a computer, and I know I can buy the parts and do the work myself, probably at something of a discount, but I don't know how to put together a computer. And my channel rests on my computer working, because I can't go back to a PlayStation. I can't go back to working off of a PlayStation and doing my videos, because 7 Days to Die has not even upgraded that far. I can't even do a secondary playthrough with my PlayStation should I mess up my computer. And I also can't have my computer down for that long. I record. Since the new alpha dropped, 7 Days to Die's newest alpha dropped, I have been recording nearly daily. And I don't usually do that. I record 4 episodes of 7 Days to Die, and then I record the Liz Labs throughout the week, plus I do the live streams. I don't have time for my computer to go down. So I can't tear it apart and then make sure it works and do it right, and I cannot do that. As much as I'd like to think that I would have the capability to do that. So I priced the computer with Zydax, and the price is outrageous. I'm just going to throw it out there. The price is completely outrageous. But I have been saving for a little while for a computer, and I don't know how it's going to go, but I've given myself 1 year. 1 year to come up with the money that I need for the PC. In the link of the description, I will leave a link to the price and the specs of that computer. If you would like to help in the purchase of this new computer, you can go to my PayPal link down there in the description to help out. But more importantly, I would love for people who know how to work on computers to look at the specs and tell me what you think. Does it seem like the specs on this computer are going to last, say, 5 years? Because if I invest this much money, or if anybody else helps me invest in this much money into a computer, I want to know it's going to last for a long time. Like, maybe the graphics card will be outdated in a year, they usually are, but would it last for a few years? I mean, with the quality of the games that are coming out, is the processor going to be okay? Do I need more memory? Do I need less memory? Do I need more RAM? These are the specs that I threw into the computer, which was basically top of the line as far as I know, because I don't know all of this stuff about a computer. So I'm leaving it to y'all because y'all have been very, very helpful in trying to work out the graphics issues that I have been having with 7 Days to Die. It tells me that there are a few people who know something about a computer in my viewer pool, and I would greatly appreciate some help in just eyeballing all of the information and letting me know what you think. I have had feedback from one patron who says that I need to, let's see, up the RAM for the graphics card? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. But I want all of this information in this comment section, so when I go back to look at the actual computer specs, I can see what I can swap out. Also, if there is something that's just like over the top, you really, really don't need this for the level of stuff you're doing, you're only going to need this if you are doing such and such. If something's really over the top, let me know. As far as I can tell, I didn't go top of the line everything, but I wanted my computer to last for 5 years, 10 years. I doubt 10 years is going to happen, because the computer that I've got now has lasted 3 years, and I've had to do several upgrades since I've had it. But anyway, that is basically what this whole thing was about, was to give you some lowdown on what's going on with the games and to let you know about the PC. And if you are wanting to actually help donate towards said PC, I am using all of the money that is going to my PayPal from here on out on that PC. And I am putting my own savings into it as well. I can do updates. I'm thinking there's a goal reacher thing that I can put on my live streams. I'll look into that after this for tomorrow's live stream. So whenever we start reaching goals, I can start working towards it. Sadly, I contacted Zydax and they don't have it to where I can make a wish list for people to do individual components of the computer, which kind of sucks. But I'm going to do it the way that I can. Because I don't have the aptitude to build my own computer. I don't. I barely know what it is I'm working when people ask me what are the specs on your computer. I barely know what they're asking for now. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So the things to remember from this is, first off, let me know what you think on the Empyrion stuff. First off, what you think about them coming out of early release. If there's a replacement that I can use until August for those of you who like to play Empyrion, I'm pretty sure there's like an array of games that you also like to play along with that. Let me know if there's something in the ballpark of it that I can play instead until August. And for 7 Days to Die, I am working very hard on trying to get the graphics settings right, guys. I am trying really hard. Every single video I'm making tweaks on it, and I think the stuff that's going on with my camera, my actual webcam, is directly related to the graphics that are going on the actual game. So I think the only way to fix that is to stop using the green screen for a while. I think. I'm not even sure about that. But I'm going to continue to work on it. I do apologize for those of you who are new to the channel that are having to experience this with me. It's not professional. I should have this all figured out, but honestly, my computer really can't handle it. Which is the reason why I've gone to the next thing, which is trying to get a better computer. I mean, that's really the next step. I need a computer that's going to last for a few years so that I can basically just try and do all of the things that go along with YouTube being another source of, well, enjoyment for me, enjoyment for people who are watching, hopefully, and possibly eventually becoming a thing that could earn a little bit of extra money for the household. I don't see it getting that big, but if it does at some point in the future, I would like to be able to at the very least, out of all of this, bring videos that are worth watching, that are not pixelated all the time, and that can run a game decently well enough to where I don't have to make adjustments every single video that I am putting out, and probably irritating quite a few people who are watching. Oh, and also the MineCraft stuff. Y'all let me know about that, what you think about that, whether or not it should be added to the channel or no. I've already been playing on Twitch, so go ahead and follow on Twitch if you haven't already. And it is on Thursdays, and 7 Days to Die is on Wednesdays. Both of them are at 3 or 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. I think that is it for today, so I'm gonna jump off of here and start recording some 7 Days to Die Liz Labs, and I will see y'all there. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and you stay shiny.